Welcome to Wild Earth Creatures, where every creature has a story. Let the adventure begin. Imagine a bear small enough to look like a large dog. Now imagine that same bear climbing trees, tearing apart solid wood, and reaching deep into a termite nest with a tongue nearly 25 centimeters long. This is the sun bear, the smallest bear on Earth. But its size isn't what makes this bear extraordinary. Its entire body appears to have been designed for one thing: surviving in the jungle canopy. So how does the world's smallest bear survive among predators, enormous trees, and a forest that is disappearing around it? Today, we are following the sun bear through its hidden world, from its incredible climbing skills to its bizarre tongue, its secret defense against predators, and the surprising role it plays in keeping the rainforest alive. Deep inside the tropical forests of Southeast Asia, something is moving through the canopy. Not a tiger. Not a leopard. Something much smaller. A black shape disappears between the branches. And for most people, it could remain invisible forever. The sun bear lives across parts of Southeast Asia, including forests in countries such as Malaysia, Thailand, Cambodia, Laos, and Vietnam, as well as islands including Borneo and Sumatra. Unlike the giant bears most people imagine, a sun bear is surprisingly compact. Its body is covered in short, dark fur, and across its chest is a distinctive patch of yellow, orange, white, or cream. That marking is one of its most recognizable features. But beneath that unusual appearance is a body built for climbing. Its paws turn inward. Its forelimbs are powerful. Its claws are long and curved. And its chest is relatively flat. Together, these features allow the sun bear to move through trees with remarkable ability. And there's another reason the forest canopy matters so much. It isn't simply a place to climb. For the sun bear, the trees are home. It can rest high above the ground, construct leafy nests, and search the forest for food. But then comes the moment when this tiny bear reveals its strangest weapon. Somewhere in the forest, a sun bear finds an old, hollow log. To most animals, there's nothing interesting here. The bear sees something completely different. A meal. It uses powerful claws and teeth to tear into the wood. Inside are insects and larvae. And then the sun bear brings out one of its most remarkable adaptations: its tongue. This tongue can reach roughly 25 centimeters, almost 10 inches, allowing the bear to reach deep into narrow spaces and pull out food that would otherwise be inaccessible. Termites. Grubs. Honey. Insects hidden inside logs and crevices. The sun bear has turned its mouth into something like a living extraction tool. And its diet isn't limited to insects. It also consumes fruits, nuts, berries, shoots, eggs, and small animals when available. This explains one of the animal's most famous nicknames: the honey bear. But finding food isn't always as simple as climbing a tree and opening a log. Sometimes the prize is protected. And sometimes the sun bear has to fight its way in. The sun bear may look harmless. But this is still a bear. Its claws are powerful. Its jaws are strong. And relative to its body, its canine teeth are surprisingly large. When searching for insects, the bear can rip apart wood and break into nests. But the jungle contains animals that can turn the hunter into prey. Tigers and other large predators can threaten sun bears. For an adult bear, climbing provides an obvious escape route. But what happens when escape isn't enough? The sun bear has another remarkable defense. Its skin is unusually loose around the neck. If a predator manages to grab the bear, that loose skin can give the animal additional freedom to twist its head and attempt to bite its attacker. It is a bizarre survival strategy. The predator thinks it has control. But the bear can still turn and fight. And for a mother with cubs, the stakes become even higher. Young sun bears are far more vulnerable. They begin life blind and completely dependent on their mother. She protects them, feeds them, and eventually teaches them how to climb, forage, and survive in the forest. The tiny cub that once couldn't even see the world must eventually learn to navigate one of the most dangerous environments on Earth. But there is something even bigger happening around this little bear. Something that changes the entire meaning of its existence. Here's the part most people never expect. The sun bear isn't simply another animal living in the rainforest. It can actually help shape the forest around it. When a sun bear tears into rotten wood searching for insects, it creates cavities and openings. Those spaces can later become useful shelters for other forest animals. And when the bear eats fruits, it can help spread their seeds through the ecosystem. It also helps regulate insect populations. In other words, the sun bear isn't just surviving in the forest. It's participating in the forest's survival. This is why sun bears are often described as important forest engineers or a keystone species. But there's an uncomfortable twist. The very forest that makes the sun bear possible is disappearing. Across Southeast Asia, forests have been cleared for agriculture, logging, and expanding plantations. As forests become fragmented, sun bears lose the continuous habitat they depend upon. And the problems don't stop there. Hunting and the illegal wildlife trade also threaten the species. In some cases, mothers are killed and their cubs are taken and sold into the exotic pet trade. The tragedy is that the sun bear's greatest strength, its ability to survive in the jungle, depends entirely on having a jungle left to live in. Picture the sun bear one more time. A small black figure moving silently through a Southeast Asian forest. It climbs. It searches. It tears open fallen wood. It finds insects. It eats fruit. And somewhere along the way, it leaves seeds behind. Another tree may eventually grow because this little bear passed through the forest. Another hollow may become shelter for another animal. Another insect population may be kept in check. The sun bear doesn't look like a giant guardian. It doesn't roar like a lion. It doesn't have the enormous size of a polar bear. In fact, it's the smallest bear in the world. But sometimes nature doesn't measure importance by size. The sun bear is currently classified as vulnerable, with populations under pressure from habitat destruction and hunting. And yet there is reason for hope. Research in Indonesia and Borneo has shown that a sun bear population devastated by a forest fire was able to recover substantially over the following decade. That means the story doesn't have to end with an empty forest. If the forests survive, the sun bear still has a chance. And perhaps that's the most important thing to remember. The smallest bear on Earth isn't asking us to admire it because it's cute. It's reminding us that even the smallest creatures can hold together pieces of a much larger world. So the next time you look at a tropical rainforest, remember that somewhere above the forest floor, hidden among the branches, a tiny bear may be building a nest, searching for honey, or tearing apart a fallen tree. And without ever knowing it, helping the forest live. Enjoying the video? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss more videos. And share this video with your friends. Thanks for watching.